Welcome to race 7 from the SRL season, right here at Suzuka. Silverstone in Singapore the next couple of races. Paul C first out. There's no grudges because Lewis isn't here. The last bit sounds fine. For Rob and Hom in the pit lane, Paul C about to start a lap. Lewis has put her in a wall DP. Wiggins is at Dunlop, by the way. That is the top of the hill after the S's. You go after the light blue one, Wiggins. He hasn't got to Degner 1 yet. There is a white car. You're good now, Wiggins, to go. Policy out of the chicane to the line. It will be a 27-1. A 29-1 for CJ. 27-8 for Nick. 28-3 for Blarg. 28-3 for Tony. 29-8 for Amber. 30.2 for Dave. And a 30.7 for DP. 33.5 for Stefano. 27.3 for Hags will go second. I wonder the spring series got cancelled. This. Right, for whoever's going to the start of the S's, Rob is on a lap behind you. He's also a white dot. I think that is. Well, Hags in the pit lane. Coming in now. Can't confirm, Rob. Everybody's on out laps. 4.5 tenths to Dave. And then Amber's a further 4 tenths ahead. Yellow at the hairpin. That is Blog. Spin, I think. Yellow sector 1. 2 starting. Wiggins, the line at 30.0, goes ninth. Dave dead. Exit hairpin. Eight laps to sorry, 8 minutes to go. CJ to the line. 28.6, improves but stays 6th. Amber to the line. 29.8, improves but stays 8th. 27.7 for Tony, moves ahead of Nick into 3rd. Just over a 10th and a half DP required. Yes. Six and a half. Yellow out of the hairpin. Hex provisional pole by 300ths. Dave's dead. Dave. There's some evidence to prove it. It's a second. Just over 2/10. Inside the final 4 minutes. No, there'll still be words. Don't worry about that one. That's DCMA for Nick. DCMA incoming for the thing. Right, for the cars coming out now, Amber is about to start a lap. 3 minutes. It's just Blarg that's ahead of Amber on track. All out laps bar Amber, who's coming into Casio Triangle now. To the line. Improve to a 29.3. Move up to 7th ahead of Stefano. Final minute. Yes, trying. Hello in sector 3. Luckily Amber's low fuel is well out of the way of everyone. Tony will be first to the line. Needs to improve by half second. It does, but stays third. It is a 28.9 for Rob, will go 7th. Nick improves but stays 4th. Tags into the pit lane. CJ improves but stays 6th. 29.0 for Wiggins, go 8th. Stefano goes 9th. 29.1. Blarg to the line. 29.2. Stay 5th. It is Hags and Pulsey on the front row. Tony and Nick on the second. Blarg and CJ on the third. Rob, then Wiggins on the fourth. Stefano and Amber on the fifth. Dave and DP on the sixth. And Hom will start on the seventh. Less than a tenth separate the top three. Points are not handed out for qualifying. This is better than esports. Good luck all. Round 7 is underway. Someone in the wall on the left. Thanks. Virtual. I would assume so, and then ended up straight off the track on the left. So Stefan, nope, still alive. I would assume so. Dave to the back. It's hards for Stefano and DP. It's softs for Hom. Everybody else went mediums. Stefano. Blog down to 7th for some reason. Wiggins is 9th, and there is damage for Hags. Where is we? Wiggins distracted by more chocolate, it seems. It's hards for Hags. Front wing you can change. Maybe that's what we should be looking at. DP and Wiggins. Wiggins past DP into 10th. Well, Hom gets Amber into the chicane for 8th. The rest is, of course, active. DP will take 10th back. Yellow flag. Amber Dunlop. Or exit Dunlop. Top 5 is Paul C, Tony, Nick, CJ and Rob. Blog pass Rob into 5th. Back to DP and Wiggins. Wiggins almost sending it into 1, decides against it. It's a good job he's got a really bright car. Nicole Jordan. I think this is amazing, but yeah, I imagine Stefano will. That is 3/10 to Amber. DP and Wiggins are about 2.5 behind that. Not necessarily in that order. Wiggins gets it done at 130R. Only problem with that is he's going to give DP DRS again. DP not close enough to make a move. Wiggins will remain in 10th. Stefano fast enough in all the right places to avoid losing position to Amber. It's allowing Wiggins to close that gap slightly though. We have left the Discord chat, which is good. Let's see if Amber close enough to Stefano. She is not, so we'll rejoin. Tried that once in a practice race and it didn't work. How come Pulse's allowed to say that and I'm not? That people moaning. Well, Amber's nice and let Wiggins through. Wiggins is going to have a look. Decides against it in the end. He is on a harder tyre as well. And DPS. Wiggins with a wobble. May allow Amber to get the pass. Nope, Amber not close enough to take advantage of the Wiggins slide. Oh. Amber just having a chilling drive on a Sunday evening. This is true. Dave only 1.5 seconds behind DP now. Homer's in and Wiggins has made an error. The chicane will drop to 11th. It's going to be mediums for Hom. Hom comes out just ahead of Hags. Hags now past Hom into 12th. One-third race distance pulls across the line. Exactly my point. Couple more laps. Rob was looking for Wiggins this, but maybe because he cooked his tyres a little bit like before. Back to watching Amber follow Stefano. It's a set of softs for Wiggins. And there's a yellow flag in sector 1 for Hom. He's facing backwards. Got going. Middle of the S is that one. And the yellow flag for Hom at Dunlop. Tyre pen for Hags. The alerts aren't coming up at the top of my screen, so Hags picks up another one. I won't be able to see it. Hom back in to retire. Scenes when Hom still gets it. Tony in from second. As is CJ from fourth. Yep. Tony out in fifth. CJ out in eighth. Dave is doing a good impression of Amber here. CJ is about 12.5 behind you, Rob. As Nick comes in from second. And Belag from third. Amber is in. Getting straight out of the way of a teammate CJ. But giving the DRS, I think. So that is Nick out in 4th, Blarg in 7th, and Amber out in 12th. And Stefano dead. Safety car. CJ with 10. The safety car is just before the S is pulsing. Oh, you can. It was that early, it's not registered. The last time DP was in the pit stop was qualifying. Now DP's in. Stefano lives through DP's car, it seems. Wall of DP and Dave is first. It's a great clip title. Straight to the point. Another lap of safety car. For reference, Emil Hess. Not this way. In this lap. So order is Pulsey, Tony, Nick, Blarg, Rob, Amber, DP, Dave, Hags, and CJ your top 10, while Wiggins will round out the order. 11 laps to go. DP and CJ and Dave side by side for Degner 1. Dave with the rejoin just on Wiggins. TRS enabled. Nick past Amber into 5th. It looks fine at the moment, although CJ and Hacks, is it? I think that was CJ and Hags both off. Press spot on in chat, sees a car flying off in your rear view mirror in the near future. Easy for me to say. If only there were words I could read. Hax lines up. A three-way on the run to turn one. Hags gets both DP and Amber. Amber also loses out to DP. Let's get him there. Hags 6th, DP 7th, Amber 8th. There's nothing visible. Get rid of these yellow flags, game. CJ lining Amber up inside of Spoon. I'll get the placing up to 8th. Some would argue too much room. X gets robbed for 5th. Wiggins into the wall. Oversteer at the exit of the hairpin, and it is a safety car. Pulsey has boxed from the lead. Tony in. Blarg will stay out. Nice Tony. A safety car just before the S is Blarg. Pulsey out in 5th. And Tony out in 9th. ninth. Lewis would like you to try inters, Rob. Go through it when the safety car's going to come in. Out of context. What's Bravey in the S's? We'll definitely get to the end. Speaking of restarts, everybody's up. In this lap, wow. Order it's Blarg, Nick, Hags, Rob, Pulsey, DP, CJ, Amber, Tony, and Davey top 10. While Wiggins rounds out the order. 5 laps to go. Nick and Hags side by side. Hags through. Pulsey's also got Rob on the restart, up to 4th. Tony's got Amber for 8th. Dave passed Amber into 9th. Amber on the old hearts. Pulsey all over the back of Nick. Get the move done at Spoon. Well, not the cleanest. Pulsey will let him back through. As Hags gets Blarg for the lead. Pulsey gets Nick into the chicane. That's his damage. Further down the field. You've missed it all, Wiggins. Tony gets the for 8th. Wiggins gets amber for 10th. So damage for the front 2 cars of this train, and nobody else can get past. Policy past Blog into 2nd. Hags as well in the lead. Both 3 seconds. See Hags drop down to 3rd as things stand. As we have 3 laps remain. It's not really the noise you want to hear during the 11 drivers will get classifications here. We're the unlucky one to miss out on points. And we're right onto the back of this train. It's all the way from 6th place DP to Amber in 11th. DP no longer at the head of the train as Nick is through. Tony trying around the outside of 130R and into the braking zone of the chicane. We'll get it done. Pulsey takes the lead as well. The game should give him another one if he hasn't. Tony did not get a time pen for that one. Three-way fight for 5th. Nick with a slide into the hairpin. Well, Tony to drive around the outside and up to 6th. Does have a time pen though. Tony past CJ into 5th. CJ wide at 130R. Keep his foot down though. Remain ahead of Nick. We're on the final lap. CJ and Nick both past Tony, who drops to 7th on the run to turn 1. 3 for 5th. CJ, Nick and Tony. That does have a 3-second penalty though. Nick gets it done and then slides at the hairpin. Lose out to both. And Nick drives into the wall. Tony past CJ into Spoon for 5th. And out of the final corner, it will be a win for Palsy. It'll be 2nd for Hags, 3rd for Blarg. It'll be 4th for Rob. It'll be 5th on track for Tony, but he'll lose out to CJ. Tony 6th, DP 7th. It's 8th for Amber. It is 9th for Wiggins, and it will be 10th for Dave. Tony got no warning or pen for passing your DP. He didn't. No, he didn't. He got the 3 seconds before. We're heading to Silverstone on Wednesday. And until Silverstone, we're sending it to Nick for whatever post race there is.